welcome in to another tag video. I was tagged by Dana at Dana's Wanderlust Crochet with her Jack. She will be linked down below, as will the people that I am tagging. Now I'm tagging a handful of people, and I'm hoping that they're on board because they've said they will be, so they'll be linked down below too. Now this is going to be a little bit higgledy-piggledy because I've tried to work out the best way for doing this, and this is what I've come up with. So I'm sorry if it doesn't scream the most efficient, but this is the way that I'm going to do it. So I have asked my community to give me their unpopular crochet opinions. Some of you have cast forward your opinions, and I will be telling them as such. So what I will do, I am going to do a little hunt thingy, and if there are multiple people that have answered practically the same thing, I will seek out one of their answers and read it as they have quoted it, with the names of the other people that have said practically the same thing. Everyone who is unique, I will say that exact quote. So we will start with Miss Marie Chavez. Now, Miss Marie says, I like the fact that I refuse to have whips. Other than that, I like everything about crochet. And we'll get back to her name in a little while. She likes to make sure she's working on one thing and one thing only. And I will put my hand up and say, I was very, very, very much like that up till fairly recently. And quite honestly, I would rather have just one thing on the go because it would make things so much easier. As it is, I actually have 3 things on the go, and that is purely because I am doing one cal, which I can only do with the other person. So I need something to do when I'm not glued to them. I have one thing which is only made on my channel each Thursday in my hushed hooking. I need to do something on other days than just Thursday. And I have my continual project, whatever that may be, for my benefit. So I actually have 3 whips, but I much prefer to have one. Get one thing done, finished, dusted, move on to the next one. So Marie, even though I'm going against you with what I'm actually putting into practice, I actually agree with you mentally. Yeah, mental. Okay, next we have Miss Casberry 6 says completely the opposite. I like having several whips at once. I get bored easily between projects. Currently, I have about 7 or 8 whips. See, now, my opinion to that is, don't make such big projects then. Have something in mind and go for it. Reach for the goal. Get it over and done with. But at the same time, I kind of get it in the sense that I did get into a habit at the beginning of this year where I had so many things going, and it was, I'm just bored of doing that same thing over and over again. I need to do something else to get my mind off it. And I did. And I fell into about 6 whips, and it drove me absolutely nuts. So in my opinion, yes, Casberry, that is an unpopular little opinion, but I'm only one person. I have my opinion. Everybody else has theirs, and that is a great thing because you're all unique. Next, a lot of people have said this next thing. So I'm going to grab one of them. And I'm going to pick... Oh, wrong one. Give me a second. Huh. Where are you? Nope. Give me a second. Got all a little bit lost. The next thing is weaving in ends. Now I'm going to read Crafty Moo, Sarah's answer, but the people that came forward and said they enjoy weaving in ends. Doris Artman, Michelle Trevgliato, I might have butchered it, I'm so sorry. I butcher a lot of things. Thriss in Stitches, Samantha Stewart. But Crafty Moo Sarah says, weaving in ends, but as I go, as an example when she's making granny squares. Now, I quite like weaving in ends, and it makes me go, when someone says, oh, I hate weaving in ends. Why? It takes seconds. Maybe a minute. Maybe. And it just tidies things up. Why do you hate it? I don't understand why people don't like it. But at the same time, I can also turn around and say, we're not sewers. We're crocheters, although granted, some crocheters are sewers as well, but not all of us. I'm definitely not. But I have no problem weaving in ends, so I'm on board with Sarah, and for the majority of the time, I do it as I go too. When I change colours or change yarn balls, I always crochet the ends in to that particular part of the project, so that there is no end to weave in, and the only ends to weave in really are the very start and the very end of the project. So I'm on board with that one, ladies. Next we have, let me double check. I am going to go to our next one. Which is untangling yarn bath. Now, even though this is an unpopular crochet opinions, this one is quite popular, to be fair. So many people say it. And that is untangling yarn bath. Now for this one, Doris Artman again, Stephanie Blackburn, Natalie Penner, who we'll get to in a moment, Sonia Marshall, I'm going to butcher this name and I'm so sorry, Surrey Carter Crafts, Marie Chavez, Wriggles, as in Barbara Wriggle Baker, and Thriss in Stitches all enjoy untangling yarn bath. And Natalie Penner says, I enjoy the challenge of untangling yarn bath. It's almost like doing a puzzle. I cannot stand it. It drives me nuts. I just want to do my crochet. I don't want to be playing with yarn bath for the next 10 minutes. I want to use that 10 minutes to crochet. I don't want to do yarn bath. It makes me so mad when I'm trying to get into me groove and there's some spaghetti. There's some bath. Oh my gosh, it just got bigger. I've just got rid of a load and there's another load. Drives me insane. Or more insane, should I say. Yep, probably. Okay. Karen Y has said, I enjoy working with black yarn, even with my terrible eyesight. I can knit and crochet with it just fine. I have mixed opinions on this. For me, I have no problem with black yarn, but that depends on the weight and the makeup of the yarn. I have used cotton in a DK. This is an example. Cotton in a DK in black and had no problems with it. Happily carry on. But then I've gone into, I don't know, a sparkly acrylic Aran weight and can't see what the heck I'm doing. And it doesn't matter how many lights or magnifying glasses I'm using, I can't see it. So I'm kind of torn with this. I agree, it doesn't really bother me, but it depends on weight and makeup of the material that I'm using. So that's mine. Next, we have Barbara Wriggle Baker. She likes to do mindless repeated patterns so I can do other things at the same time. Again, I can agree and disagree with this in my opinion. I like to be able to sit here where I am right now. I have the TV just over there. I like to be able to crochet and watch whatever I'm doing on the TV at the same time. But at the same time, mindless to me is mindless and boring, and oh my gosh, give me a little bit of texture, give me something different to do, let me use my brain and think, but only for a short time. So I'm half and half with that. Yes, it's nice to do a pattern that I can just get on with. There's two hats that I particularly do that I can sit here and barely have to look down at what I'm doing while I watch the TV. But I like to do stuff where every now and again I'm looking at the pattern, or I need to go back to that tutorial and do it that way. So I'm half and half with Barbara Wriggle Baker. Next, now this is a doozy. This is a doozy. So this is coming from Melanie Titus. She says, I have actually learned to zen out balling up yarn on my yarn ball winder. I've been going through all of my yarn and inventorying it into the computer. I have a spreadsheet and I'm labelling all of my totes, which is where I have to keep them for the time being. I'm listing everything I have, caking it up because it stores better that way and doesn't tangle. Then putting it into the inventory with its weight, yardage, what it's made up of, where I got it. I know I'm a bit OCD when it comes to organising. A bit. How much of it I have and what tote it's in so I can find it when I want it. The cakes all get labels around them. And I've learned zen is the word when untangling the yarn bath, which is inevitable when yarn caking. And I have spent days doing this. I'm only about halfway through my stash, if that. I can't wait to get my craft room, but my inventory makes me happy. I also have a slot for when I used the yarn and what I used it on. Yeah, OCD. Yeah, OCD. Wow. I mean, I'll be honest. There are times when I've looked over at my cubes and gone, now, did I use that? Have I got it? Is there going to be enough? Oh, I've got to move and go and get it. But at the same time, I can see, I'm lucky enough that I can see what I've got just by kind of having a nosy, just by going like that and going, oh yeah, I am. I've got two of them. I'm good. But I kind of like that. It's a heck of a lot of effort, but sometimes things like that really help us keep our heads straight as well. I wouldn't go that far, but I get it. But Melanie, world of your own, unique woman, and that's the way we like it. So that's Miss Melanie. Next we have, oops, not that one. We have Crystal. The Yarny Chicken Crazy Cat Lady. She says, I love designing amigurumi. The process on writing out the pattern, figuring out the stitches to make it go the direction I want to shape the project, and of course, the end result. Now, I can't give my opinion on that because I'm not a designer at all, and I've never done amigurumi. But I turn around and say, kudos to those that can design, make up your own stuff. Well done. Well done. And I think with amigurumi, it's not flat, it's 3D. So it just takes that little bit more nous. And nous don't survive in this house. So for that, all I can do is tip my hat, my dear. Tip my hat. The next one, we have several people that like doing this. So wool winding. Wool winding. Whether that be on your hands, on your arms, on your partner's legs, or with the wool winder. There's Lucy's Crochet Spot, Crystal's Crochet Cubby Hole, and the one that I'm going to read is Grammy Colleen Crochets. She says, I do not mind... Oh, and Bab Wriggle Baker. Sorry, I missed Bab Wriggle Baker. Sorry. Grammy Colleen Crochets says, I do not mind balling scrap yarn at all. It helps me feel organised. See, now that's gone to a slightly different level because it's not just ball winding. She enjoys doing the scraps because it helps her feel organised. I get that because I make my scraps into little skeins. I don't ball wind them, but I make them into little skeins so they're tidy and organised and they're ready to use because I use my scraps. I try and use every little bit I can, including when I've weaved in ends. If I've got any left over, even if it's only that much, I keep it because I use it. The ball winding, I kind of enjoy it. I do. I can turn around and go, yeah, I like doing that, and I like making my little skeins up with my scraps. So, Grammy Colleen, I'm with you. So are a few others. Next, we have Surikata Crafts. Again, I'm so sorry if I've butchered your name. I'm so sorry. But she says, I love using Addy swing hooks. Now, for me, I've seen the Addy swing hooks, but that is as far as it goes. I haven't got an Addy swing hook, and I don't think I would buy one because even though they are ergonomic, they look more suited to a knife grip. Like stabby knife grip. Grr, grr, grr. I'm not a stabby. I'm a pencil holder because I'm holding a pencil. So I don't think it's suited to me, but you're the first person that I have ever heard say anything. Well, say heard. I read it, but you know, say anything about Addy swing hooks. So I would say that was a unique answer. So well done to you. I just wish I could have a proper opinion on it. Also, in her same comment, she has also said another unique thing, which is mohair makes my teeth great. Now, I don't know if that's the feel of it, like if that's the texture, if that's the softness of it, if it's the fact that it's that natural type hair. I don't know, but she doesn't like it. I do. Personally, I do. It's a natural fibre, and I much more prefer the natural fibres than the plastics. That's my opinion. Mr. Akata, she don't like no mohair. Okay, next we have Jolene Ducharme. I might have butchered that one as well. I'm sorry, Jolene. Jolene says, mine would be single crochet. I love how fast you can do it and no counting. Well, I beg to differ with the counting thing. But single crochet, I always end up going into doubles. Almost always. Now, Jolene, I don't know if this is US or UK terms, but I'm going to go with it's US terms that she's saying about the single crochet. I mean, I've done so many projects where I've had to do a lot of single crocheting, and I'm just with it. It's just a little bit too monotonous for me personally. But you are unique, Jolene, with the people in my opinions list for liking the single crochet. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. But make sure it's only a little bit of the project, not all of it. And then I'm a happy bunny or a ladybird, whichever. Okay. The next, I know is a popular opinion, but only one person said it during my little makeup here, and that's Marie Chavez again. And she says that she loves frogging. No, not loves, she likes frogging. It's part of crochet. She loves crochet. Frogging's fine. Frogging for me, again, of course, that depends on the material used, but I don't have any problems with frogging. I'm okay frogging. It doesn't annoy me that much. If I see a mistake and I catch it in time, I'm happy to frog. I might go, ugh, but I don't have any problems with it. So I'm on board with Marie. I can go with the frogging thing. No problems with frogging. Next, I don't think it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but it's definitely unique in the list, and that is from Kim G. She says, I like the actual shopping for yarn. It doesn't matter if I have a project in mind or not. If I had time, I could go through and pick up and squeeze each kind of yarn in the store. I do not smell it. I do. Then I would probably only buy something if it is ungodly soft and beautiful or really cheap. I hate to pay full price for anything. Just saying. I'll go with the full price thing. Always hunting for a bargain. And okay, well that's normally like £3 and now it's just over £1. I'm going to grab it. Whether I want it or not, I'm going to grab it. Okay, well that depends on the money side of things. But I would love to go physical shopping for it. I never have. I haven't got the chance to. There's nothing round here, so I have nothing but the internet to do that with. But I'd like to, and yeah, I'd shove my face in it. Yeah, I'd be feeling it. Yeah, I'd be squeezing it. Yeah, I'd be fondling it as much as possible. Yes, I would be hunting for the bargains. So yes, Miss Kim G, I am with you. I am with you. And I'm sure a lot of other people are too. Now, Doris Artman has the same opinion as me with this one. She says, buy yarn for your projects, not for your wall. Well, they're on your wall. They're not doing anything. If you're building up a ginormous wall full of yarn, when is any of it going to get used? You're not going to be able to get through it in a lifetime. For me, it's very, very, very rare that I will buy anything that isn't for something in mind there and then. I'm very, very lucky that some of you have sent me happy mails, and I actually have a yarn collection, a wool collection. And I've got the ability, like I said earlier in the video, like I can look over there and go, yeah, I've got 2 balls of that. Yeah, I've got one of them. I've got a bag full of project bags, full of enough wool of whatever that is to make a project. I've never had that before, but I still need to buy wool every now and again if I'm making something specific. And heck, we all like making something specific every now and again, but I can gradually go through my yarn cubes and go, okay, I'm going to make a hat with this one this time. Okay, I'm going to make some mittens with this one this time. And I'm lucky enough to do that now, but I am still on board very much with buy as you go. I'm there, Doris. I'm with you. Unagi. Next, we have Bella Uncinetto. Christina says, I enjoy amigurumi and tight stitches. So she's probably on board, and I think I remember her saying this, with Zahra Tabassum said last year, which we were all very annoyed at, bar literally 2 people. Zahra Tabassum and Bella Uncinetto said, I like the waistcoat stitch. I do not like the waistcoat stitch, but that's because it's awkward and it's not the norm. You're doing things that you don't normally do with straightforward crochet, so it makes it like you have to concentrate on what you're doing. With the tight stitches, I'm guessing she's gonna be more than happy with the single crochets as well, and because she's into amigurumi, that goes kind of hand in hand. I, again, have not done amigurumi yet. It's gonna happen. See Thursday's video. Tight stitches, no. I'm not a loose crocheter, but I'm kind of just on the loose side of average. Tight stitches, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to be fighting. But then I'm not a stabby, so I don't find it as easy to get into the tight spaces as probably a knife holder would do. So no, I don't do tight spaces. I'm claustrophobic. Next is Dragon Cat. And Dragon Cat says, I like when I finish a project, but don't like it at the same time. I get a little sad it's over, especially when I don't have anything else planned or on the go. Miss Dragon Cat, I love finishing a project. I love the fact that I've been productive and I can go, yeah, it's done, woo! Which is another reason why I don't like whips. It's get it done, get it over and finished with, and yay, I've done it, on to the next one. But I actually really like that stitch. I kind of like doing that little bit on it. I enjoyed that pattern. Ugh. No, I can't do it anymore for that moment. Dragon Cat, I'm on board with you as well. We're in the same boat again. Hand me an oar, because I like it and don't like it at the same time. And with that, we'll have my opinion. My unpopular opinion, and that is crochet hooks. Brands, I couldn't care less. I could not care less. Give me an ergonomic hook. I don't care the size. Give me one with, without throwing it away, with a rubber handle. I don't care what this does. Yes, okay, I do have a slight preference to the type of hook. Tapered and inline, I actually prefer tapered, but I don't care. Just give me a hook and let me get to work. I enjoy working with any hook as long as it works. Ergonomic hook helps me work a little bit longer before I start getting cramp than it does a standard hook. But I prefer a rubber hook, yes. But the majority of the time you can get them for 10 a penny almost anywhere. Brand wise, pfft, doesn't bother me in the slightest at all. So that is my unpopular crochet opinion. Now for this, I am tagging a few people. Now whether they use my opinions from this video and go from that and say their opinion on it, or whether they have a community tab and they ask their people and then go from that, that is down to the channel, that is down to the person, or maybe they have a slightly different way of doing it. Either way, I am tagging Mrs. Hootie Hootentin Crafts. These are linked down below, by the way. 2 OGs hooking and a stitching island style. A yarn addict with Karen, my little blue friend. I love Karen, I really do. And Melanie Titus, all linked down below. Girls, you got this. Over to you.